Taharot, Perek Yud Mishnah Chet. The ultimate final Mishnah in the last chapter of Masechet Taharot. This is actually, if you go into most versions of the way the printed Mishnah would come, this is the last Mishnah in Krach in volume number 12. We're almost at that, where I'm going to open up in the next Mishnah, the very last volume in Shas Mishnayot. So if you've been with us to the beginning, it's an amazing accomplishment. If you're just starting now, you can do it every day, 2 Mishnayot a day. Beina igulim the zagim. The space between igul are rounds, and zagim. Zagim are the skins, or I'm pretty sure it's the skins of the grapes, or the skins of the olives. Meaning, what is igulim, and why do you have what are the space between them? So says the Bar Tanura, igul, this round thing, can mean rechaim gal. It's like a big press. Hayu mesimim al zagim. They put on the zagim on if you press olives or grapes, you have zagim. You have the skins that are left. It's not olives, it's grapes. After you press the grapes with your feet, then you took this huge round disc and you pushed it on the zagim on what's left, to squeeze out the rest of the wine that's in them. And because of its weight, and the great size of this disc, many people have to lift it al hatzibur shazagim on the pile of these skins. Hasui can mean tapuach. It's made like a tapuach is like the word tapuach means apple. But what this is the tapuach is referring to is if you recall when we learned in Kadshim, the pile of the korbanot in the middle of Mizbech was called the tapuach. Tapuach meaning puffed up, meaning inflated. So you make this basically when they're done. Once you're done squeezing the grapes with the feet and all the liquid has gone out into the bottom pit. So you've got all this stuff left, and it's got plenty of juice in it. You got to squeeze it out. So they would make a pile. They would make a big pile, and then take this huge disc. I didn't know this, but they would take this huge igul and lift it and plop it on there, and ultimately it would, over time, squeeze out the grapes. But a lot of people had to lift this huge disc to get the grapes to be squeezed out. So therefore, the space between where they would store the disc and the place where they would pile up the skins together, which is in the wine press, is considered public thoroughfare. L'taher sveik tuma, for safek tuma to be mitaher. Mishum de rabbi misuyam sham. A lot of people are found there. So bein igulim nezagim, between the place of the disc storage and the wine press where they would press the skins, that has the status of reshut harabim. It's a public thoroughfare, and therefore any safek tuma in that place is safek tuma lahakel. Kerem shelifnei abotzrim. If you have a vineyard and it's before the pickers, it hasn't been picked yet. Reshut hayachid. That has the status of reshut hayachid because nobody wants to go in there because it's private property, and if they find you in there, they think you're stealing. But shila achar habotzrim. But once they picked, then it has the status of reshut harabim. Why is it reshut harabim? Sheyesh reshut kol adam nikanez. Remember, once you pick the grapes, so anything left over is for the aniyim, for the poor people, and therefore they have every right to enter, and that is status of reshut harabim. When is that true? Bizman sharabim nichasim bazo v'yotzim bazo. So the Mishnah says, yes, poor people go in. But also people have the custom of using other people's property as a thoroughfare. It's a shortcut. I need to go to shul, so instead of going all the way around, I'll go through your property. Before the grapes were picked, people would not do that. It's private property, don't touch my grapes. But once the grapes were picked, people would use the property, and then it has the status of Reshut Arabim. Next thing, Klei Beit Habad. The Beit Habad is the olive press. So the utensils of the olive press. Vishel Gat, and of the wine press. Veha Ekel. Ekel, says the Bar Tanura, is Asui Kemin Kupa Miso Reget. It's a woven basket, like a reshet, like a net. After they squeezed out the grapes, they put the stuff in the ekel, in this basket. Remember we said, how would they press the olives? Like they would do the wine, they would squish it and crush it in the round thing. And then they would take what's left, as you've seen, the two types of wine presses. The Mishnah says, it sounds like the Bar Tanura says it was a process. They would take what's left and stick them in the basket. Right, here we see this exact picture. Here's the basket. This seems to be, it's an oil press. This seems to be the ekel that we're talking about. This is exactly the ekel that we're talking about. So you wouldn't do this originally, apparently. First you would grind it, according to the way the Bar Tanura explained it. First you would grind it in the round grinder thing, let's say in this grinder thing. Right, first you would squish it, and then whatever was left, then you would take whatever's left and put it in the in this wine press to get what was ever left out. Very interesting. I don't really know. I'm not sure. If you have an archaeology friend, let me know. So you want to clean this stuff out. So according to the Bartenura, all this stuff is talking about about tahara. So the question is, can I before you clean these things out? If these things got tameh, so you have to take it to the mikvah. But if it's oily, if it's got stuff on it, you can't take it to the mikvah. Until you remove the tameh liquid that got stuck onto them. So how do you clean them? Really interesting. So, these vessels of the olive press and the wine press and the ekel and this basket, if they're of wood, minagvam, you dry them out. And Bartenura says, and we're just going to go into the Bartenura, they're not tahor, minagvan, and then you can bring them to the mikvah, they're tahor. Gemi, when they're made of gemi, I always forget the word gemi. It's rubber, but it's natural rubber. Miyashnan kol shnei masar chod. You have to dry them out for 12 months. Or you boil them in hot water. Hagala, that's what we call hagala today. Rabbi Yossi says, if you put them in the shibboleth, in the flow, the rapids of the water, the flow of the water, if you put them in the flow of the water like a strong stream, dayo, that's enough. We don't pass like Rabbi Yossi. Okay, but here we finished Alik Masechet Taharot. We're concluding with this Masechet Taharot. Kol hakavod to all of you who have been with us from the beginning of the Masechet. As I said, we're now beginning Masechet Mikvaot and the last volume of Seder Taharot and of Shisha Sidrei Mishnah. Make it a great day. Oh, I dedicated learning to remember my father, Rav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Make it a great day.